Okay, so let's begin down in our rest position on your mat. Let's just take a few pelvic tilts to find your neutral position and level across your waist here. So you've got just your natural curve underneath. Your knees and feet should be hip distance apart and your hands are down by your sides, shoulder blades, collarbones, all nicely relaxed here. Let's just take a moment to engage through our center, so that 30% gentle inward contraction. We're going to start with hip twist for our pelvic stability. So with that core engaged, we're going to open this knee out to the side and back to the center. Switching to that other leg and back to the center. Exhaling as we come out, inhaling, come in. So you want to imagine that you've got these headlamps on your hip bones shining up to the ceiling, so the pelvis stays absolutely still. So you can place your hands here if it helps. And with every leg movement, the further you go, you want to feel that core tightening in that little bit further to support you, to stop you from rolling your hips off to the side. Lower back space should remain still throughout. Rib cage stays drawn down. Let's take 2 more. And 1 more. We're going to add in some arm work now just to challenge your coordination a little bit further. So soften the shoulder blades down into the floor, engage through that center, and as you move the leg, the opposite arm comes overhead and back to the start. So here it's really important to have that rib cage connection down towards your hips. We exhale out, we inhale in. So let the arm just float overhead, nice and easy. Really being mindful of that support through the core, through the rib cage. And then just using that breath to regulate your movement. It's all about that mind-body connection. So as we breathe with purpose, it will help us move with that intention. Taking 1 more here, and then we're going to pause here. Keep those arms where they are, but just readjust the shoulder blades to the floor. We're going to take it into a full stretch now. So engaging through that center, we take 1 leg, both arms outwards and back. So here, really emphasize keeping that rib cage drawn down here, keeping that lower back in its neutral position. So you want to imagine you have a small grape under your lower back, and we're not going to let that lower back lift off the grape or squash. We breathe out, we breathe in. Keep those shoulder blades gliding along the mat underneath you, nice and controlled. This time, add a circle to the arms, circle or a D shape as we come back around, but maintaining that straight line with the leg. Exhaling out, inhaling in. You'll feel that the further out you stretch, the more vulnerable you may feel through that core. So really have your awareness down in those lower abdominals, keeping them gently drawn inwards. For 1 more. Okay, bring your hands back to the floor. We're going to come into some scissors now to get ready to lift off the mat. So in your neutral position, engaging through that center once again, let's turn the arms up to open through the chest. We're going to float 1 leg off the floor and then lower back down. Opposite leg and back down. So we're looking for that perfect 90-degree angle, hip and knee. And we really want to think of the precision when you lower this leg back to the floor. So we're looking for that exact same spot. Now, if you wish to, you can put your hands on your hips to keep them stable. You can check that lower back and rib cage are not moving as you go. And then just really bring your focus, bring your awareness to the core between your hip bones as we go here. Let's breathe out, breathe in. Keep those shoulders relaxed down underneath you. No pressure through the neck or the top half. Let's take 2 more. And 1 more. Good, okay. Let's get a little bit deeper into these abdominals now with some abdominal preparations. So we're going to interlace the fingertips, pop them behind the back of your head and relax the shoulders down. Now just make sure the neck is nice and long. We inhale as we prepare and we exhale, we curl the head and shoulders so that your eye gaze comes between the knees and then we lower back down. Exhaling as you lift, inhaling down. Now this one, it's really important, I would say, to try and do the breath work if you can, because we really want that breath out on the lifting. It just makes the muscles work more effectively and it releases the inhale, the internal pressure in the abdominals. So every time we lift up, lower back does not round into the floor. Keep that little gap underneath. Breathing out, breathing in. And as you come up, keep your chin off of your chest. Keep the elbows nice and wide. Good. Let's ground the feet into the floor. And here you want to feel the wrinkles on your t-shirt, the wrinkles on your tummy muscles as you lift up. So it's more of a horizontal drive that we're going through here. So we do lift, but then we're reaching towards those legs and down. We've got 3, 2. On this last one, we're going to stay. Hands come out. We're going to pulse these hands up and down. So feel that pressure building through the middle as we oscillate through the arms. Reach your fingertips towards your toes. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. If you need to support the head, one hand to the back of your head, or bring your head down to the floor if you would prefer to work down here for now. Let's keep those shoulders relaxed. Let's keep reaching for those toes. Really stretch. Imagine you're trying to touch the end of your mat. I'm going to count you down slow. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh, good work. That should be feeling nice and warm. So we're going to build on that intensity a little bit more now. So making sure you are still in your neutral position, level at the hips, just your natural curve with a small space underneath. We're going to come up into scissors level 2. So we're going to float the first leg to tabletop. Deeper core engagement, bring the second leg to tabletop. From there, make sure the elbows are straight if you touch the knees. We're going to toe tap and back, toe tap and back. Let's breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Now, hands can come under the lower back to make sure that you are not arching. They can come onto the rib cage and core to make sure that you're not lifting through the chest, flaring the ribs. Or they can be at the side, just resting comfortably if we are happy here. Let's use that breathing control. Now, if you want to make this harder, tap further away from your bottom. If you want to make it easier, you can bend the knee and tap closer to the bottom. So sometimes it's just about picking the right level for you. Exhale and inhale. We're going to take 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Take those arms up into the air, soften the shoulders. We're going to come into some oblique work now, but with the arms. So we're going to take our hip twist plus the opposite arm. Okay, so as I move this leg, this arm goes overhead and back to the start. Switching sides and back to the start. Breathe out as we move. Breathe in as we come in. Now you want to keep your eye gaze right up towards the ceiling so that you're in control fully. Exhaling and inhaling. Now really keep that rib cage drawing down towards your core. Be mindful of every wobble, every movement, so that you can work to improve. Keeping yourself strong and steady. Breathing out, breathing in. 3 to go here. Being aware of that grape under the lower back, not shifting. And 1 more. Good work from there. Bring those feet down, bring the hands down to the floor. Give yourself just a little loosen off from here. We're going to come into some hundreds next to really work this endurance. So I'm going to show you a few different levels. You can pick the level that you wish. So hundreds, we engage through that center. We pulse the hands to create those oscillations as you maintain that pressure. You can stay here. You can take one leg to tabletop, or deeper engagement, bring the second leg and glue them together. And then finally, if you wish to, lift the upper body. If you do lift, eye gaze to the knees, chin off of the chest, and let's really pulse these arms. We are breathing in, breathing out. If that neck starts to strain, bring it back to the floor. So choose where you want to be working and stay here with me. Breathing in, breathing out. Hopefully it's feeling nice and warm around that area with you now. We are going to keep going. I'm going to count you down slowly, but you guys keep pulsing. I'm just going to bring my feet down to here to finish. So we've got 5 slow counts. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Okay, we're going to finish off with a little bit more oblique work just to finish things off here. So once again, interlace those fingertips behind the back of your head and relax. We're going to go for our oblique preparations to either side. So take an inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, you're going to lift on that diagonal and then lower back down to the opposite side and lower. We're going to continue alternating from side to side, breathing out, breathing in. Now, as you lift, you're looking over on that diagonal every single time. Lift and down. Keep your chin right off of that chest. The elbows remain wide. And ideally, you want to keep your pelvis in position all the time. Let's breathe out, breathe in. This time as we come up, reach and down, reach and down. Picking up the pace. Get a little bit more stretch through the fingertips as we go. We're almost finished. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Good work, everyone. Well done. Rest yourselves here for a moment and just relax.